I was planning on looking at the NFL playoff picture. We will bump that to next week because we are already almost at 2 hours. But let's move ahead here, guys, to week number 15 in your National Football League season. Bye weeks are over.
Thank God.
Fantasy regular seasons, if you don't have a sadist for a commissioner, those are over. Because nobody should be playing championships in week 18, especially in this NFL. But let's look at the National Football League week number 15. We start Sunday, 1:00 Eastern time on CBS. It is the 6-7 Dolphins traveling to the 8-5 Texans. They're a 3-point home favorite. 47 is your over/under. Sean, we'll start with you.
Sorry, I was trying to pull it up as we go. We're at Dolphins-Texans, right?
Yeah.
All right. Dolphins at the Texans. Man, I was so high on the Texans early in the year, but I was even higher on the Dolphins. So getting 3 points, I'm going to take the Dolphins. I think the Dolphins are probably going to win this one outright. Let me take that. And in order for them to do that, this is going to push over. So give me the Dolphins and Tua for the over.
All right. Student of the game.
This is not easy. I don't want to pick the Dolphins here. The correct answer is the over for this game. Everything else, don't waste your time. But give me the Dolphins. I'll take the L just because I know that the starting O-lineman that even Texans fans loathe is coming back from the IR on the field. The Texans should have lost to the Jags 2 weeks ago. That should tell you everything you need to know. Give me the Dolphins.
All right, EJ.
Already stated, my hot take right now is that the Dolphins will win out rest of the year. The Texans have underwhelmed, as I've said, all year long. Give me Miami win this game outright. But what Kyle said is true. Definitely take the over. That is the best bet of this game.
All right, Mikey B.
So I read some fantasy weird world where if 3 teams lose out and half of the Mason-Dixon line gets hit with a meteor, the Cincinnati Bengals could still make the playoffs. And one of those things was the Texans had to beat the Miami Dolphins. So we're going to take the Texans to win the football game. We're going to take it minus the points. We're going to take the over because if you're taking the under, you live under a rock.
That page you're talking about was EJ Christian's Facebook page, wasn't it?
You're probably not wrong.
Just made that up.
Speaking of homers, in the comment, Devin has the Dolphins.
Good job.
EJ talking about the Dolphins going to be winning out. Bullshit. Give me Texans, and I will take the over as well.
By the way, EJ, 146.43. Clip that if you're angry about it.
All right. Then we move Sunday, 4:25 Eastern time on CBS. Still clinging to life for the playoffs. The Indianapolis Colts are 6-7. They travel to the 8-5 Denver Broncos.
The Denver Broncos.
That's a double soundboarder, gentlemen. The Broncos 8-5. They're a 4-point home favorite. You're over under on this one, 44. Sean.
Well, as you know, I've been high on the Colts for a couple of years here. Had some real aspirations, and that's still alive. However, it's about to get nixed.
Denver
Broncos and Bo Nix continue to run. I think that defense is playing at a high level. Bo Nix obviously playing at a high level, and just a mishmash of wide receivers playing better than they should. Give me the Denver Broncos and an over/under at 40.
The Denver Broncos.
That's a trap.
That's a trap.
It's a trap.
It's a trap.
It is.
Christ, I'll go with my gut and take the over, even though that wants me to take the over, and it means the Colts aren't going to score a goddamn thing, and it's going to be the Broncos scoring 42. Take your over. Don't bet the over on this. It's a trap.
Nothing is over.
Student of the game.
Glad to see that Sean is done sniffing the horse glue over there. I love his point about EJ's Broncos. I love his point about EJ's Broncos. Definitely take Sean Payton and that quarterback he made the awesome joke with. I'm stalling to eventually come up and say a slight under.
Perfect. I needed you on the other side.
I know. I kind of did that for you. I'm not going to bullshit.
Much obliged.
Love you, buddy.
EJ.
Yeah, those frisky Colts, man. They can't seem to get away, can they? Huh? You know,
And they're not frisky, dumbass.
they are frisky though. They are frisky as hell.
They're more of a lazy
But-
dog that won't die.
Yeah, they just won't go away, man. They're hanging around. But you know what, Denver? Look, Denver. I'm slowly buying what they're selling now. So Denver off of bye week 22. Give me the Broncos to cover the spread and give me the under.
I'm sorry, I wasn't ready for lazy dog that won't die, man. Oh,
Wait,
shit.
you're buying in on the Broncos?
I'm buying the Broncos. And the
Future
under.
look at the Denver Broncos.
Ba-bum, ba-bum.
Denver
Well, as a Dolphins fan, I hope they lose.
Got
But
that
you
one
know.
too.
As a Dolphins fan, you hope they lose, but as a Broncos fan, you hope they win. It's very confusing.
There you go. Add team number 47 to EJ's list. Mikey B.
Yeah, what does your calculus experiment up there tell you to pick on this one? What are the?
We
what are
don't
the
see is the giant chalkboard on the wall.
I'm envisioning like Always Sunny in Philadelphia, where he's just strings.
like the gif of the guy with all the math.
Yeah, he's
Mikey B.
I will take the ever-loving, non-dying cockroaches known as the Indianapolis Colts plus the points, and I will take the under.
I think he's taking advantage of the fact that he's picking after EJ. I think that's what's actually happening here.
Well, that and he needs the Bengals to catch up, and that's one of the teams
I
ahead
guess
of him.
so, yeah.
So
Devin has the Colts and the under. He's buying into the
playoffs.
potential, apparently. for
Somebody's
the
smoking that horse glue. Okay.
No, it's the Denver Broncos, man. Give me them Broncos. Keep it rolling.
Oh, the Denver Broncos.
I would take them and the under in that one. All right, then we go Sunday, 4:25 on CBS. There's a lot of good games
Yes, there are.
this Sunday on the NFL schedule.
really
By the
are.
way,
Yeah.
there's ones that we haven't touched on, but Eagles Steelers this week, and there's a lot of meat in this NFL Week 15. So
I like me.
make sure you plan accordingly. But 4:25 Eastern Time on CBS. It is the 10-3 Buffalo Bills. Coming off a loss, they traveled 12-1 Detroit, who is a 1.5-point home favorite. 54 is your over/under on this one, Sean.
Man, I'll tell you what. The Rams may have set up a little bit of a blueprint here. They also proved my point that when Matt Stafford gets time, Sean McVay is almost unbeatable on the offensive side of the ball if you can block for him. But the Bills got a little bit embarrassed, and they better get used to it because they're going into Detroit, and lack of defense or not, the Bills have shown their defense against teams with a winning record is not super great. They are 1-2 in teams against games with teams with a winning record, and this is the team with a winning record. I don't think that changes. I think it goes to 1-3. Give me the Detroit Lions. Give me. I don't care about that 1.5. That's not even real. But I will say this: banged up defense versus possibly overrated defense. This one's going to be a shootout. Give me the over.
All right, see you in the game.
Lions and over.
EJ.
You know, as much as I respect the Bills Mafia, and I really do, the fact that the Lions are only 1.5-point favorites, where's the standard 3 points here? Like, Vegas likes Buffalo here, apparently.
They like
No.
Josh Allen.
Yeah, nah, son. Look, hashtag Bills Mafia, I love them, but the Lions come here and they win it convincingly. Give me the Lions to cover and give me the over.
All right, Mikey B.
I wouldn't say that Vegas is in love with Bills Mafia. They just listen to you talk about how bad the Detroit Lions defense was last week. How'd that turn out for you, bud?
They needed a get right week, though, Burn.
Well, they got one.
Yeah, they got right.
They got one.
They smashed the last 6 green toes that were left in the ground in fucking Green Bay. How'd that one work out for you, bud?
Get your mouth shut.
More of the same happens today. Guess what? I don't care if it's Kirby Joseph, Joseph Day, Ryan Day. I don't give a shit who's playing defense for the Detroit Lions. They're going to win the day. Give me the Lions and the over.
It's a new day.
Yeah, I mean, Buffalo, not a great loss this past weekend. You can put up a lot of points, but you're going to give up a lot of points.
Where would that drop them on the college football playoff rankings?
They're
No
already
comment.
out of the top 25.
But Lions still at home here, a chance to. I haven't seen any clinching scenarios. they're in the playoffs, right? Did they clinch a playoff?
Yes, I thought they
Okay.
did.
Who
They
are the
clinched a
Bills?
playoff spot. They Minnesota keeps
Detroit.
winning. Minnesota's right there. You don't want to give them.
No, the Lions are in
Um,
because the Eagles are in. So
Yes,
there's no way
definitely.
the Lions aren't.
Yeah, Lions already playoffs ready.
The Lions have
Um,
clinched a playoff berth, but because they're only one game ahead of Minnesota, they have not have any kind of divisional clinching
Right.
seniorios.
Yeah, with a Week 18 matchup between the two,
Correct.
still ahead
That's
of us. So
exciting.
the
Imagine
Lions have to keep winning. They need to fight off the Vikings. So they're going to be motivated at home. You give me a motivated Dan Campbell. Give me my Lions, baby. Let's move
Homer.
to 13 and
10.
1.
10 days for Man Campbell to come up with a game plan too.
That helps.
And I will take the over. Devin has the Lions and the over as well in that one. And then last
with
one, we go to Sunday at 8:20 Eastern time on NBC. The EJ and his, how many toes do you have left? Green toes down on the ground. You're
Zero.
You still walk
You are
at this
feeling
point?
those
I
toes.
thought. Well, look, they were competitive against Detroit last week.
Zero.
Cool
Dan
story,
Campbell.
bro. Answer the question.
I just said 5.
Okay.
The third time.
It's
So
five
you're,
too many.
hopping
you're
on a
leaning
foot.
into the poll a little bit more. Got it.
Yeah.
But the Green Bay Packers, they're 9-4. They're a 3-point road favorite. Almost feels weird to say that at Seattle, with knowing what that place has been over the years. But this is a different Seattle team. They are a 3-point road favorite at 8-5. Seattle. Your over under on this one is 47. Sean.
I hate this because every time I buy into the Packers, they come out mediocre, and every time I give up on Seattle, they come out and play like a dynamic game, give up
That's
no
it.
sacks,
Bull crap.
for 300 yards, and I don't know how to pick either of these two teams.
Fool me once. Shame on you.
You know, I'm gonna go with the home team. They're getting points. They're at home. It's Seattle.
You fool me.
I
you can't get
still
fooled
love
again.
Geno Smith. Give me Seattle. Screw it. I'll take Seattle, and
Way to go,
I'm taking
A-Hole!
over on everything else. Low number 47. Give me the under here.
All right.
I don't know what I'm
game.
doing.
Sir, you are the bravest soul of the night.
I'm gonna win.
And that is with Burns staring me down and doing battle in matters of the SEC still in the recording. Unfortunately, I
You're
cannot
better
share
than
you.
You're
I cannot.
smarter than this. At least I thought so.
And apparently, the producer does not care for you to pick either. But I just can't support Geno here. It's not that I love Jordan, but he's the better quarterback. As so long as he doesn't go too Farvian in his gunslinging approach, I do think the Packers win the day. I will take the over, though.
All right, EJ.
I'm gonna say I feel Sean on that one. Like, this game is so frustrating. It's like you believe one team, they do the
Do
opposite.
not bet this game, basically.
Yeah. First off,
Stay the
First
hell away.
off, nothing here, whether it's the Packers, Seahawks, or the over/under. Stay the fuck away from this game. Don't
Correct.
bet this. Don't look at it. Don't consider it. And look, Seattle. Look, they've done their job. Let's go weeks. Every time I doubted the Seattle Seahawks, they continue winning games. So am I believing them right now? Look, if they're playing MC West, probably I'll blame the MC West. But fucking A. Look, I still got 5 toes down on the Packers. Green, cheesy, Wisconsin cheese toes. Give me the Packers win this game and
Oh,
give me the
thank
under. Calm down, Sean.
Mikey B.
Does anybody have a hammer?
Uh-oh.
I have 3.
Because he's went from 5 toes to 3 toes when I'm done with him. Give me Zach Charbonnet. Give me Geno. Give me the defense of the Seattle Seahawks.
They're playing
'Cause
good.
They're playing good defense. And guess what? The Packers offense looked bad against the mediocre defense in Detroit on Thursday night.
Yeah.
Give
And
me the
they're
one-
playing- They're playing tougher against the run than people.
Give me War Sea Chickens and the over.
So what I hear you saying, Bern,
The
is
boss.
you're picking Charbonnet to hear EJ whine?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yes.
The bold strategy, Kyle.
That was
This guy gets it. This guy gets it.
Man,
This guy gets it.
that was well played. Devin has the Packers and the over. This game sucks.
Oh, no, hold on.
To try to pick this
Right,
game.
there we
sucks.
go. Okay.
It should be a good game.
Could have just stopped after you said this game sucks.
Well, maybe it will. I don't know. Maybe I'm like just fucking psychic. But it's like the Packers probably should win, but then if the Seahawks win, the whole one team already in the NFC title game makes EJ look sillier. War Chickens, let's ride, baby. Let's go Seahawks. And good God, under. Yeah,
Good and evil reunited like a yin and yang.
It'll have to be
Around the
it'll have
world,
to be the
chickens.
defense against the job done.
Can
if,
I
uh,
ask him real quick? I know it's on the list, but how are we feeling about the Eagles Steelers game? Just real quick, because that's a
Birds.
huge that's a huge game. I'm sorry.
It's a big game.
Birds.
Is George Pickens going to play in that game? I think that's the biggest
I
question.
don't believe so. I think the word from Mike Tomlin today, nothing
If
official,
he doesn't
but
play, it's really birds.
it
I
doesn't.
was going to say. I
Yeah.
feel like if
it does
I
not
f-
sound good.
if he is out, I don't know. And obviously, my hatred aside for that franchise, I will at least give the devil their due. They're finding ways to win football games. Basically, TJ Watt looking at you.
So this was at early this afternoon. Mike Steelers head coach Mike Tomlin said George Pickens has a quote outside chance to play in week 15.
That's far more optimistic than
Yeah, I mean, I think at that point, I would tell myself that I would probably lean towards the
is
Eagles.
that game, Sean? Is that game in
It's in Philly.
Philly?
yeah. I'm pretty sure it's a home game. Oh, it's definitely a home game. I know people tailgating it. Yeah.
Then
I mean-
then I would probably myself. I
Here's the
would
deal.
probably-
Sunday again. Forecast 5 days out will likely change. 44 degrees, periods of rain. George Pickens ain't playing.
Yeah,
I'll-
I agree. And I rest him.
I'll put the marker on that right now.
And not only that, if I'm
Why
Tomlin,
would
I
you
rest
even
him.
risk him?
Yeah,
I would
you're
risk
not
him.
going to risk him on a wet, cold Sunday. You're not in a non-conference game.
You're going to run Najee Harris
And
all
it's-
day.
And
I
it's
hope
not a-
so because I want to win in fantasy this week.
And is that-
so.
But
is
the
that- is
Eagles
that really-
aren't going to just let him go somewhere, James.
And not only that, it's not really a must-win either for them. So
I mean,
No.
it is. It really feels like
Well,
a
I mean,
must-win, bud.
seeding.
It's
for
more of a
seeding,
must-win
that's
for
about it, though.
Pittsburgh than it is
Buddy.
for Philly right now.
It's a must-win for Pittsburgh. They play the Eagles, the Ravens, the Chiefs, and the Bengals. What do
their
you
schedule's
mean it's
tough
not a
closing.
must-win?
They're making
They're
the
2
playoffs.
games up. They lose the next 2 games. They're tied with Baltimore, and then they go Kansas
Well,
City.
that's
and
another
Cincinnati.
reason.
saying- well,
That's
Mike,
another
I
reason
mean,
to rest
well, hold on,
Pickens
wait.
now.
I mean more so in terms of their playoff lives. They're going to the playoffs.
I would much rather play a home game than a road
No,
game.
agreed.
Sure.
I'm just saying. So
Sure,
They'll
but
get
I mean,
Pickens back for that AFC run.
if we're talking about
They're
the
going to
division,
rest Pickens. They're going to
right?
hope for the best.
Right. If we're talking division and the seeding, yeah, I'm with you on that. But
I mean, here's the deal.
You have the number for over under in front of you there, Jim. You had it.
for what?
Game pulled up. I'm going to assume I'm betting under either way.
I can pull it up real
Hold
quick.
In fact,
Hold
without
on.
knowing whether Pickens is playing, I would say bet it now.
The
42.
Yeah.
Under.
But here's the deal. Here's the deal with the Steelers. Like I know, like it definitely does kind of have like the feel of a must win.
Yeah.
But if say you lose this week, the Ravens beat the Giants. That seems fairly obvious. You still have a 1-game lead
You're right.
in the division.
Mhm.
And then you play them next. You play the Ravens next week. If the Steelers win that game, that means you're going to have a 2-game lead with 2 games to go with
They will
2
have-
victories over the Ravens.
They will have already clinched the division then if they win.
Yeah.
Right.
So like this game, although important, I'm not saying it's not important for the Steelers, but next week's game is
Yeah, especially when Baltimore finishes.
You lock it up if you beat the Ravens next week.
Yeah, especially because Baltimore finishes with the Texans and the Browns.
Yeah. So this week, although important, next week's the only game. Next week's really the only game the Steelers have to win to guarantee the division.
I'm
So-
just more concerned about Pickens' health, bigger picture.
Yeah,
That's all I'm
and
saying.
then that's why if I'm the Steelers, like because the game is going to be sloppy, so you lean into your front 7 that you can hope can
Continue
slow
to-
down Saquon Barkley
Yeah.
on a wet, cold Sunday. Plan on betting the over or the under. Excuse me. It's going to be sloppy. It's going to be a physical battle. But yeah, I would kind of protect my investment of George Pickens for the game that matters much more next week. That's my thought.
Right.
I think the Eagles probably win the game, especially if Pickens is held out, and he probably should be. But
I agree.
yeah. All right, let's
Go Steelers.
I mean, it doesn't fucking.
That's
Eagle-
the best news I've heard all day.
I mean, it doesn't really matter at this point, obviously, because the Eagles have already. They have theoretically clinch the NFC East. So it
Those,
doesn't
those
yeah, no
Cowboys
question.
are coming.
So,
Uh,
was I
coming
supposed to
somewhere.
pick? Was I supposed to pick this game? I don't.
No,
remember
no.
No, we were just
Wait,
EJ just
Joking, I'm joking.
Let's do it real quick.
because we haven't done enough already.